What is up, rivals? Welcome to yet another episode of Rival Kingdoms. My name is Sawcasm, and today we are talking about a topic that gets asked all the time, like at least 1,600 times a day about Rival Kingdoms. That is, should I rush my Stronghold? What should I upgrade first? Is this worth upgrading? Is that worth upgrading? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm going to debunk all the myths today, all the questions that have been asked to me about what you should upgrade first. Should you rush a Stronghold? And all that. So let's knock that one out of the park right away. Should you rush the Stronghold? I definitely think you should, because in this game, there's no loot penalty for doing so. You don't need to max everything out. You're gonna face the same bases anyway with the same amount of loot. In fact, you actually get a little bit more loot each time you upgrade your Stronghold in terms of both gold and rings. So I definitely recommend you upgrade your Stronghold first. Now, there's gonna be a time about Stronghold 8-ish, maybe a little bit before, where you start to hit a wall and you can't do that because you need to rack up rings to get an upgrade to your Stronghold, but you don't have enough rings, so you're kind of going to be racking up gold, and you need to spend the gold, so upgrade your buildings. Now, what buildings should you be upgrading? Now, I definitely recommend you upgrade your attack buildings first. Build all your attack buildings. Of course, build everything first before you upgrade anything, but once everything's built in that Stronghold you have available, then you want to start upgrading your attack units for sure. This is the number one important thing. This is going to help you get the most loot. It's going to help you win attacks, get more chests and everything. So this is going to be your foundation for getting more stuff. Now, I definitely recommend you start off with the True Portal. Absolutely pivotal. I never really use that word, pivotal, but it's a pretty fun word, and I'm glad I use it now because I feel like it fits really, yeah. So the True Portal, having more troops and more units is definitely the name of the game. No, actually the name of the game is Rival Kingdoms, but having more troops, a higher troop count is extremely helpful, so always keep your True Portal maxed out. Now, there is a time in certain Strongholds where you upgrade it and you don't get an extra unit, and instead it just like costs less mana, the opponent, if they attack, gives them less mana for destroying it, or it gets more health or whatever, but you're still gonna need that upgrade to get it to the next upgrade when you get to the next Stronghold in order to get more units when you upgrade it there. So keep the True Portal up to date pretty much all the time. The Blacksmith, another huge one. This is what's going to help you upgrade your troops, or allow you to upgrade your troops. I definitely recommend you keep your troops upgraded. Now, they are a very long upgrade time. Like, that is the majority of the time they're going to be spent upgrading is the Blacksmith. So if you have diamonds, this is another question I get a lot. What should I spend my diamonds on? First of all, you want to get builders. Now, you don't have to buy diamonds. You can play this game free to play and be pretty competitive, in my opinion. But if you do buy diamonds, then I suggest skipping the upgrade times from the Blacksmith is definitely the way to go after you buy some builders. Now, with that said, after that, you want to buy and upgrade your Kingdom Portal. Once again, along with the True Portal, keep that up to date as possible. And also the Dragon Roost and Barracks. Now, Barracks, you could get that a little bit earlier, those upgrades, depending on how bad you want those new units. But the two units you start with, the Soldier and the Warden, are, in my opinion, two of the best units in the game. Now, of course, the other units kind of support those two, and you can kind of build around those, but if you have upgraded soldiers and upgraded wardens, you could definitely make some really good compositions just out of that. Now, next up, I like to upgrade my gold smelters. That little passive income, it's not much in this game at all, but the little bit of passive income definitely adds up. It definitely helps. And of course, your gold storage, you're going to absolutely need it in order to upgrade to the next Stronghold, or else most Strongholds, I believe, you can't even upgrade. You won't be able to store enough gold unless you upgrade your gold storages to progress to the next Strongholds. You need that. So only 2 production building if you're not including the builders. As far as defenses, I think that defenses are, I don't want to say overrated, but especially early on, up until like Stronghold 5 or 6, you're barely going to be getting attacked. You're going to be zooming through it, and your money, your gold, is definitely much better spent on upgrades, and especially when you don't need to farm rings. You don't need to wait for rings to get your upgrades. So you're going to be able to just spend the gold on pretty much the Stronghold if you want, and I definitely recommend that over defensive structures early on. Now, when you start hitting these walls where you need to farm up rings and it takes some time, what defensive structures should you be upgrading first? Now, people ask me all the time about walls. Should you upgrade walls right away? Should you max out walls? And I definitely think you don't want to max out walls right away. You're gonna run out of gold so quick, and the value you get out of it is not really worth it. It's not gonna help you that much that it's gonna be worth the gold. So what I recommend is you level the walls up to level 4, I believe, is when they cost 35,000 gold each to get to level 4, and then after that, it is 250 1,000 gold for each wall to get to level 5. So I definitely recommend you get to level 4 when you can afford it, not like Stronghold 1 when you get like whatever 500 gold on attack, but when you can afford it and it becomes relatively easy at a later Stronghold. This is why I recommend you rush the Stronghold. You get more gold, you upgrade your walls faster, and I suggest you stop for a little bit once you hit level 4 in the walls, because the 250k upgrade is quite pricey considering the time when you do get the ability to unlock that. Now, the other things that you really want to keep upgraded, first of all, the arrow launcher, you get this at, I believe, Stronghold 7, 8, 9, I don't know, something like that. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but you want to get that, keep that maxed out, and along with the catapult. These two things together, absolutely deadly, absolutely pivotal in terms of your defense. So if you are looking for defenses to keep maxed out and upgrade first, I definitely recommend those first. They are a little bit pricey, especially the arrow launcher, because you do get it a little bit later, but that's because they're so good. You know, splash damage in this game is absolutely beast. The other thing you want to keep upgraded is the Primus Conduit. This gives a huge attack speed bonus rather, to adjacent units. So if you pair this with something like a catapult or like an arrow launcher, which is not something I like for every single base build, but sometimes, and just in general, it's just an absolute beast. You get like 50% attack speed boost depending on how my phone. So an absolute huge damage increase in terms of attack speed with the Primus Conduit. Keep that upgraded, keep it charged for your units. In case you guys don't know, you actually have to press it, spend some gold to charge it each time, or else it's not going to do anything. And if you overcharge it, you definitely get a lot more value. So go for the overcharge. I know it's more expensive, but worth it in the long run in terms of the defense you're going to get. Next up, I think your spell tower is super important, because you can kind of change out and customize the spell, so you could really tailor it to your base. It could also hit flying units, so really good there. Skywatcher or Watchtower, pretty, I don't want to say mediocre at all, because they're definitely really good at what they do. They're just a little bit more niche. So yeah, I hope this kind of answered a lot of questions that you guys may have about the game in terms of upgrades and stuff like that, because I know I get these questions all the time. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would definitely be welcome to answering it. If I get enough, maybe I'll make another video about it, but I'm pretty sure I covered everything I wanted to cover for the most part. So hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like rating. I truly appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. That's it. Thanks for watching. Peace!